This is modern Earth. For eons, magic, advanced technology, and other strange phenomena have remained hidden from people like you and me. One day in March 2019, all of that changed with the Unveiling. 10-foot-tall metal insectoid creatures arrived through portals and wrought destruction. Zed, Goose, Tyke, and Carl fought the horrors, but in the chaos, a mysterious company called IS Corp seized the opportunity and traded protection for power and resources. Our heroes saw them for what they really are: evil. They turned an IS Corp agent named Fitz to their cause, and now they fight IS Corp as they uncover the source of the attack on our realm. Welcome to another episode of RPGs Anonymous. I'm Zachary, I'm your game master. Let's meet the rest of the cast.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Carl Nelson, as usual. Pretty much same thing, different week.
And I am Shane Goose Bailey.
And I'm Dr. Zed.
As part of a joke, in trying to method act Shane Goose Bailey, I've saved my character sheet in triplicate.
That's funny. That's really funny.
In support of our missing friend Jacob, we could do the verbal equivalent of pouring one out for him, and we all just mention our favorite Tyke moment, or our character's favorite moment with Tyke.
I like that.
It's mine's preferably when he's sleeping.
I think all of them
most of the time.
Yeah. Can mine be a Jacob moment and not actually a Tyke moment?
I guess.
Pixie says taking over Cindy. Aeon says he has nice lights. I'm still think about the dragon. I'm sorry, guys. I still think about the dragon and the helicopter. The helicopter caught me by surprise, but then the dragon just absolutely stopped my entire thought process, train of thought, everything. I still think about that. That was fun.
And if you're confused about that reference, feel free to get us up to 75 Twitch subscribers, and we will publish those episodes.
Yep. It's happened in the lost episodes, hidden episodes, side episodes. The last one I think is available on Twitch until tonight at midnight. Actually, no, it's gone. Sorry, I lied. It's gone forever. But we'll be publishing those once we hit 75 followers on Twitch. Probably on the YouTube channel and the RSS. Maybe, I don't know about the RSS actually. Probably just the YouTube channel. So yeah,
but they're fun.
Tell your friends. They are fun. They're really fun. They were fun episodes. And the coolest thing about those is you can basically listen to those apropos of nothing, because they're side characters. They do enrich what's currently going on, and everything. But you know, who knows? They were really fun to do.
I think Dr. Zed's favorite moment of Tyke is definitely when he realized that he could hack into computers for the first time, and he sent an email that said "F you, Tiny Dancer" to Fitz, and then fell over while flipping him off and passed out.
"F you, Tiny Dancer" was really good.
Yeah,
that was a good moment.
Dang. I had another one picked out, but I want to double that now.
Yeah, it was such a good moment. It was such a iconic Tyke moment. So, it was delicious.
I don't know. I honestly, I think my favorite would have to just be the overall progression of Tyke going from, bumbling nobody to an actual powerhouse that has control and is slowly gaining momentum to be very confident.
True techromancer, yeah. That's been really interesting. Just the accidental, him ending up in the machine. I did that on a whim. I wasn't even sure how I wanted to handle that. And then the fact that he went he already wanted to do that a little bit, but wasn't sure how. And then he just went super hard in the paint after that. It's really cool.
Yeah, he did. So I'm guessing we're not going to see him in a mech suit since he's not here tonight.
Certainly not tonight. Which, if I'm being completely honest, I was not really planning on it showing up tonight anyway. So this gives me the perfect excuse to not have it show up tonight. If it shows up, it is still Schrodinger's mech. So,
or hear me out. It only shows up tonight, and he misses it.
And he's asleep.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, that's almost better. I don't know. Oh, that's holy crap. That's funny. I don't know if I could do that to him, but holy crap. Okay. While I'm doing this, what do y'all remember from?
From last time?
From last
Yeah,
week.
from
We
last
have
time.
a couple of horrors standing in front of us.
Yes.
Well, and we also have the lab tech. I mean, he came with
Yeah.
him.
We teleported the lab tech, and he brought horrors with him.
I think he's screaming still.
Yes, he was screaming. He
yes.
was yelling as he came out. Of all the things.
Ajax accidentally wagged his tail and knocked a plate with runes on it, and it fell on the floor.
Yep, that did happen.
Mhm.
And there was a weird. Let's see. Did I tell you guys what that did? Also,
No.
No, you told us it would be next session.
I think. You guys are still being affected by that. By that sort of like energy. So you had the strength card last time, so that was kind of important and fateful. So I think what that is, since that was knocked down then during the influence of that, it is going to give you a blue die to everything today. Literally everything.
Oh.
The energy in the rune plate is giving you guys like some extra energy boost, extra magic boost. So if you're confused listening to this, let's just go through a little bit of a recap. The boys are people in modern day. They were going about their daily lives. Then these crazy big metal monster creature things popped out of the thin air. They fought them, found out that another big corporation is also fighting them called IS Corp. But they think IS Corp is evil, so they went and joined to try and take them down from the inside. The whole thing went awry. They ran away from them. Then they mounted this big social media campaign to sort of like discredit them, I guess, and start some riots outside their of their like big secure facility, while the boys are at a different facility just like digging through some stuff, trying to find why IS Corp had Colby, Goose's wife, murdered, because they did that apparently. And so that is what they are doing now. They've been through a few floors of this secure compound, found some not so great stuff. They came to this big lab area where they found a dude stuck in a like Shark Tank-esque sort of thing in this in like a containment room with a couple of these metal-in horror creature things that have been terrorizing the world. Also in there, ostensibly being held for like testing purposes. That guy was trapped. They were accosting him, trying to get at him, breaking the thing. Nick's character Zed decided to teleport him out of the thing. Went a little bit bad, and the horrors also came out. And so now it is the 5 of them standing up in front of a couple of horrors and this dude in a lab coat. Let's start with Vigilance Uncontested for initiative.
No.
No. Why?
So
And a blue dice.
And a blue dice. Yes, we'll get blue dice. Yes. Let's see. There are five of you.
Oh no.
yep.
I dropped my die on the floor.
All right, you want that standard new measure you taught me?
Yeah. We can do successes as the ones place, advantages as the decimal place, if you so desire.
2.2.
2.2. Excellent.
For Carl.
You don't have to give it to me like that. It just makes things faster.
I'm just trying to
have to.
learn. If you don't learn something new every week, you're dying inside slowly.
You know what? I agree with you 100%, even if it's a silly thing that you learn.
Dude, I learn stuff every week, and I'm still dying inside.
That, we didn't say that it stopped you from dying inside, just that it would make it worse if you didn't do it. I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, Shane got a 3.3.
That's Shane Goose Bailey.
Shane got a 3.3. Darn it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know who Shane is.
What about Dr. Zed Vulcan? What is Zed's full name?
2.3.
Zedekiah? Or
Dr.
is it-
Zedekiah Vulcan. Yeah.
See, I always have trouble remembering his actual first name because of the Sword of Truth series. I keep wanting to call him Zed Zolzerander. Zedekis Zolzerander. But that's not his name, so.
And no, it's not. Ajax got 3.1.
As I usually do with NPCs like Fitz, he is basically going to be slack-jawed until you guys tell him to do something. So let me know what you want him to do.
The horrors are just murdering all of us, and he's standing in the
He's
corner.
standing there like, all right. So the top of the order is going to be, as usual, a PC slot. Who would like to take it? You guys are all engaged with these horrors, as well as this dude. Everybody's engaged with everybody effectively. I know that's weird, but right now that's how it is. Dude is still screaming his head up. But he is not the well. Actually, I would say he probably is the direct focus of the horrors at the moment, because they were trying to get at him. Then all of a sudden, there's no barrier between them, so they are very obviously probably going to go for him. So, who wants to take this slot?
Run up and immediately grab him by the shoulders and throw him behind us.
Okay, very cool. I like that. I will let you use that as your action. To just get him into short range, so he is no longer engaged with them. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Do you want to you're basically engaged with him, so do you want to do a maneuver as well?
I take a step back myself.
Okay, so now are you standing in between them and him, or are you just kind of like off
I'm
to the
trying
side?
to position it like in front of him, but still kind of behind the rest of the party.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to take the first horror's turn. Path of least resistance. They're just going to turn to one of the rest of you guys. Is Barazel's Zed right now? Carl's Carl. I for reasons that happened last episode, I actually think Carl is the one that looks the most threatening at the moment. Because of his sort of magical awakening. So I'm going to go for you, Carl. This horror sees that its original target is now moved away. There's a thing in between, and they're kind of like not quite hiding, but kind of on the other side of y'all. So he's going to step up and he's going to attempt to shred you with the large metal scythe-like appendages that it has. Against 2, you have 1 melee range defense, correct? Or no, you have 2 melee, 1 ranged, correct? Because you have the new armor. Yeah, that's what that's for.
Exactly. 2 melee, 1 ranged.
So, full disclosure, this is what that's for. That is 2 successes, 2 successes, 4 advantages. So, I am going to spend 2 of those. Let's see, wait, can I? No, it takes 4 to crit. Okay, I'm just going to crit you, actually. Because it takes 4 to crit. So that is going to be 10 points of damage, no pierce, and I'm going to crit you as well. Would you like to roll that, sir, or would you like me to roll it?
You might as well.
Okay, I'm going to use these giant 20 millimeter dice that my wife just got me for our half anniversary.
That way you can read them.
That way I can read them. That way they get use. That's a 26, so not too bad. Discouraging wound.
Which means?
Which means Move one player pool story point to the game master pool. Okay, so we're not using story points. So I think
I
what
guess
that
that
means,
should just effectively be you spending a tarot card right
yeah,
now.
I think you are
Yeah.
exactly right. I think that forces my hand into spending a tarot card right now. Let's see what we got. We got hope, confidence, desire, soldier, etc., ignorance, self-doubt, gossip, denial, confidence, security, honor, good faith, and the strength card, the big boy. I think I'm going to use ignorance, self-doubt, gossip, denial, and I will tell you how that comes into play in a moment when we get around to it. And that will bring us. That is the end of that horror's turn. So one of those horrors is now got some blood, some Carl blood on its paws, and it is a PC slot.
Ajax will charge after flying into a berserk fury.
Okay, cool.
Berserk adds 1 success and 2 advantages to all of his attack rolls
Okay,
automatically.
Nice.
okay, that's fun.
And opponents have 1 free success to all combat checks against him.
Okay, that's fun. All right.
And this lasts the entire encounter.
All right, that's
Um,
holy crap, that's insane.
Yeah, and at the end of the encounter, he suffers 6 strain.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, do the roll your attack. It'll be straight up and down 2 red, and you guys have that additional blue die.
So he did 3 successes and 3 advantages. So I will choose to crit.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And
So 9 points of damage and a crit. Do you want me to roll it?
that is up to you.
They are a 84.
84. That is fun. Winded. Target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities or gain additional maneuvers until the critical injury is healed. Okie dokie.
Nice. Cool.
And then there will be
That'll Ajax's turn.
a second PC slot now.
I am not happy with being slashed.
Who would be?
I am going to use the
Understandably.
crook. I'm going to use the crook to grapple the thing, and I'm going to slam the flail into its chest and activate it as a flare.
What does?
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm attacking as fire.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Primal roll against 2
Yes.
red. You have that extra blue die, so yeah. Should be otherwise straight up and down.
And what other story points do we have?
You guys have quite a few. Hope, confidence, desire, 7 of swords, knight of swords, soldier, etc. That's what is it? Where is it?
All right, let's see how this goes. I have a backup plan.
We have the knight of swords somewhere else, so I don't know. Then we have I used judgment. Then we have also the 10 of wands, confidence, security, honor, good faith, and strength.
Well, that's exciting. I have 2 advantages. Nope, I have 3 advantages.
Crit him.
Wait, no successes and 3 advantages, or
No successes. I have 3 advantages.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
okay,
That's why I said that's exciting.
that is pretty exciting. I think it's just you don't. Maybe you weaken its armor at the point that you hit it, and so for the next attack on it, its soak is halved
Cool.
because you
I tried.
Yeah, you did try. You get up, you use the crook to grab one of the appendages, and you get in with the flail and just blast it with this blue fire. And you can see that the metal carapace that you hit it with is now like superheated. So the next person to attack it will, if they hit, soak will be halved.
Sounds fantastic.
Which brings us to the next horror slot. I think it is going to be a little bit more single-minded, and it is going to attempt to go for Goose and the scientist. So it's going to use a maneuver to get around
Here we go.
over to y'all, and it's going to go for you. Go for the goosey boy. It is going to open up its mouth-like appendage. You see that it is less of an eating mouth and more of an eviscerating mouth, as it has sort of like shark-like rows of these metal chrome teeth things that sort of like rotate and move. And it's gonna do a thing at you.
Nom nom nom
Towards
nom
you.
nom.
Nom 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 nom. Indeed.
Or is it more
But
like
what if it didn't?
Or is it more like a whir?
It's more like a or something like that. Who knows? Okay. Not looking good for it. Oh, never mind. I lied.
Was that with the 2 defense?
No, it wasn't. Thank you for reminding me. Man, my blue and black dice have the worst luck. They just roll blank like 90% of the time. Which is way more than I'm supposed to. They might be.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to look into that. So I got 2 successes and 1 advantage. So not enough to crit you, not enough to do anything super fun, but I am going to hit you for 11, pierce 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm down.
It gets a good chunk into you, just starts tearing apart. It's quite a nasty scene.
Yep.
Again, it's got these rotating metal teeth that just dig into Goose's shoulder. So I'm going to temporarily cross out one of these PC slots for the moment.
Goodness. Even if I was at full health, that still would have one-shot me.
Holy crap! No wonder. Yeah, these are big scary boys. Extra big scary boys. That will be a PC slot now.
So Zed's gonna
What's Tyke
wheel over in his wheelchair to Goose, and he's gonna give him a shot. So let's make.
Are you gonna medicine or are you gonna
medicine
painkiller?
check. I'm gonna medicine.
Yeah, so it
'cause
should be.
You guys,
I believe
used
it's
all my painkillers.
hard. Okay. Yeah, I believe it's
Waking
hard
everybody
with
up.
him being over his threshold.
Yeah.
But no upgrades or
That's
anything.
it.
And you have the blue dice
Yeah, I do.
from the tablet.
I'm also really good at this, which helps. A little bit for the
Guys,
microphone here.
I think I just need to get new dice because the blue and black dice just do not like you.
Son of a bitch. Okay, well, the good news is it was a success.
That's
Bad
good.
news is we have 6 threats. Yes, 6 threats and 4 successes. So you heal 4, and I don't know what you're going to do with those 6 threats.
I think there is only one thing I can do, and again, I will reveal that in a moment.
I can't
okay.
dodge in a wheelchair.
Good to know. Okay, so does that happen to bring you back above your 0 threshold, Goose? I assume not, but
How much was it? One more time?
You heal. Oh wait, I have talents. Let's see. So
Talents.
as a
Talents are
surgeon,
fun.
Rank 2 surgeon, you gain 2 additional when I heal you. So you gained 6.
6 total? Alright, yeah, that puts me at 2. I was at -4.
Nice. Okay, cool. So then it will be, it will now be your turn, Goose. Now that you are conscious again.
I quick draw my pistol and I guess, am I prone or anything, or is it just standing in front of me?
You'd be prone just because you went down. But
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I stand, or I take 2 shots and then stand up, I guess.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I say 2 shots. I'm rolling 1 attack.
2 against 2 red, and don't forget your tablet blue die.
I don't like the red die.
Yeah, nobody does. These guys are tough even without Nemesis, to be honest.
Ooh, 1 success and 3 advantage.
Very cool. Are you going to crit with that? Oh, and which one are you doing this on?
The one that just bit me.
Okay, cool. That's the unhurt one. All right. So what's the damage and what is the crit if you want to do so?
Let's see. It is 6 plus 3, so 9 damage, and it's pierce 2.
Okay. Real quick, which one? I'm inclined to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. Carl, which one did you attack?
The one that hit me, I don't have
that was
any
there.
reference
Okay,
to
cool.
who hit
Yeah.
what. The one that grabbed me, I was just like, reaction.
Okay. All right. And then
Crit is a straight 50.
straight 50. Straight up 50. Headringer. Target increases the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, wonderful.
Those are definitely the characteristics I wanted to have drained.
Yeah. Oh, helpful. Yeah, you really wanted a 56. Increases the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1. That would have been nice.
I'm so furious. I'm gonna have to take a sip of Yoo-hoo.
Oh yes, everybody take a sip of your drink of choice. Yoo-hoo, please sponsor us. We've been trying for 30 weeks now. Come on. I don't think Yoo-hoo will ever sponsor us, but I'm going to keep trying. Okay, so you all begin to hear a rumbling as Goose pops up a couple of these shots and crashing in nearby areas. It doesn't sound good. In fact, it sounds really, really familiar. It sounds very much like a horror thrashing its way through a building toward you. And then the scientist dude is just again screaming his head off, and he turns and he starts reaching for a bunch of just strange magical apparati. And he grabs something that looks like a weird wizard staff thing that is hanging on the wall, and he points it in y'all's direction. And you hear him just scream some weird words in a different language. And everybody, including the horrors, are wreathed in this red glow that is just it looks angry and terrible. And until that is over, you all will have a black die to everything as well. And he's just yelling these arcane words that you guys don't recognize in a strange language. And you see this red light coming from this weird wizard staff. And his hair stands on end a little bit, very dark brown. And you guys feel kind of tingly and unfocused, and everything's weird, and everything kind of hurts, and it's very uncomfortable. And this crashing of something horror-like through the building seems to be coming closer, and there is a PC slot.
Tyke?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't actually put a PC slot in here for Tyke. Let's do that right here. I'll put him at the end with Fitz.
He's also standing in the corner with Fitz, just blank stare.
Fitz and Tyke.
Ooh, those are big.
Fitz and Tyke.
Tyke is gonna
big?
break the guy.
Okay.
Break his
that sounds cool.
I don't know
he
what that
has.
means.
Okay, I was thinking.
He's got all kinds.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna do some shenanigan rolls over here. Wow! This is bad. Guys, you do not want me rolling for Tyke anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just now rolled the first success in the entire thing. I already have a despair. Everything else has been advantages. Yeah. It is a pretty...
Yeah, you did 10 damage with a big ugly thing with no emotions and just hatred for all of humanity.
Great. And with Tyke, I did absolutely nothing but roll a despair. So That is real bad.
Yeah.
So I
Fired.
This is really funny. Oh, this is really good. Okay, so Tyke turns to the guy and is like, this weird wizard staff thing has to end, and he starts like focusing, and you see some of the like weird shimmery projection-y stuff happen that is normal with Tyke, and then it just stops dead. It's like somebody took scissors and just cut off the energy, and it stops, and Tyke like seizes and like stops moving and like is now like shuddering a little bit. His eyes roll back into his head a little bit, and he's just like convulsing there for a moment. And the crashing is getting louder and louder, and it's very confusing, and Tyke is now falling to the floor. What is Fitz doing, you guys think?
Crapping himself?
Trying to drop extra security to stop the thing that's coming our way?
Not get eaten.
Okay, I'm
Wait,
down
didn't
for
he pick
that.
up a rifle?
He did pick up a rifle, yes. So he could, if you guys want him to, he can shoot. I think those are both good options. Try and add security or shoot at one of these things. He could take advantage of Carl's superheat carapace thing if you guys would like him to.
Looking at him, how agile does he appear?
He's pretty agile, actually. Above average, for sure.
To say, if you were going to put a number between 1 and 5, what would it be?
You think it would be somewhere between 2 and 4, somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Including 2 and 4?
Including 2 and 4. Not I'm not telling you it's 3. It's somewhere between 2. It's either 2, 3, or 4. I was making a joke being like, you're like 1 to 5, and I'm like, oh, it's any of those but the most extreme ones, basically. So I mean, he might be relative. I think he's going to shoot. It's a failure. Okay, so he does not. Good God, he doesn't hit. I got to tell you guys, when I'm rolling for PCs, I roll really badly in every game. I thought it would be different because it's different dice, but it's not. I rolled really, really badly. He does have an advantage. So I think what that means is that he didn't change the situation.
Carl?
Yeah, he didn't shoot Carl. He didn't like do anything weird that ruined anything. And I think that carapace is going to continue. Like, he didn't like activate it or anything. Like, it's going to continue to be superheated until whoever hits it next hits it, instead of just like for a round or whatever. And then that brings us to an actual PC slot.
I mean, I'll try again if you all want me to.
You would get the benefits of the carapace if you want. So this is the top of the round. So this is where everything resets, basically.
Yeah, no, I'm very angry. I want fire. I want to use this thing like a plasma torch and cut through this critter.
Okay, go ahead. If you hit, it soak will be halved. Same old thing. 2 reds.
Try this again.
Can we get sued for that noise?
I was just actually wondering if we could, and kind of like, I think it's satire, right? It's you know.
No, the laser sword noises I was making.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I rolled the dice and looked away. I was terrified.
Yeah, I think it's satire. Yeah. Speaking of, maybe that'll be what Tyke does if he lives through this next round. What'd you get, Mr. Carlboy?
I got lots of, oh my gosh. I have lots of things. Everything's doubles. Why is everything doubles?
Yeah, it makes it really hard, doesn't it?
Is it good doubles or bad doubles?
Yes. Both the reds rolled the double failure.
Wow.
But both my greens rolled double successes. So that just zeroes out. It's a wash.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
I have 2 successes, 3 advantages. That sounds really nice. Yes.
That is going to be some damage.
Okay. And I'm going to play Lucky Strike. I need to burn that knight, that story point that was talking about the knight.
The soldier. Knight of Swords soldier. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's going to be... Oh, how did you want to figure out damage for a flaming A cockafoil.
Use base damage would be your attribute. So I believe your whatever it's based, but whatever your
Yeah, it's
your
attribute
primal is
plus
based on.
Primal.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, for success.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be the 3 advantages and 10 damage.
And his circus hound. Okay, holy wow.
Wait, yeah. 10 damage.
Holy wow. That is a
And
palpable hit, buddy boy.
And you said it has that nice little weakness to me doing damage to it, so
Yep. So
die, you big crunchy monster.
bypassed half of its soak. You just like blast like gout of blue flame into that superheated carapace, and it just melts a bunch away. You see this like black exoskeleton underneath that you just like burn away a whole bunch of. It sort of all melts kind of like metal. And then are you going to use those advantages to crit? Is that a thing?
If you will allow me, I will absolutely use advantages to crit.
3 is, I don't actually know how that normally works with spells, but 3 is kind of average.
Yeah, I don't know how it works with spells either. I know how it works with a gun.
Yeah, 3 is kind of average for most stuff. Do you happen to know off the top of your head, Nick?
So you can... The attack has no set critical rating, so you can only inflict a critical injury with a triumph.
Okay.
No triumph.
So would you like to do something else with those then?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that to consider that thing grappled with my hook, my crook, and keep it in place so it doesn't attack anybody else.
Okay, so if it's attacking anybody but you, it will have black dice. Sounds good. Brings us to it, which you kind of are forcing its hand, so I'll be attacking you, good buddy. Melee defense. I think I got everything this time. It's going to go at you with its shark maw thing, the thing that eviscerated Goose a little bit.
Yep, a little bit.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Third roll in a row with 2 black dice where they both come up blank. What is? It's only a 60% chance, right? No, it's not even. It's a 30% chance that they're blank.
It's 33.
What the hell? Okay. That is 4 advantages, no successes.
Wow.
Jeez. I think oh boy.
I mean, that beats my advantages, so it could wriggle loose if it wants.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I think
you could just drop some more black die on us.
I could, in fact. I think it goes deeper into the grapple. And to the point where if now you are grappling each other, so it can't do anything but attack you really until at least your next turn, or it's going to have black dice, and you're just going to have 2 black dice on everything until the next round. Okay, that was its turn. It is also, I will say, it is looking not too great as well. It's got a big burning hole in its center. PC slot.
I think I'm disconnected from the chat. However, I will run backwards, kind of over a grate, and I'm using, I guess, my ability, the cunning snare.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to run over like a grate where any kind of liquid or anything might go down into, and lift it up a little so it's like a little ditch. If it comes running after me, it'll get stuck.
Okay. Do you roll the survival now?
No, I set it up, and if they activate the trap, then they have to roll a vigilance versus my survival.
Okay. It did go after you last round, so let's do this. Let's have you roll some sort of presence check to essentially convince it to come after you rather than what it would be closer to. Let's see. I don't think it would be. I think it would have to be either coercion or. Yeah, I think it would have to be coercion.
I don't know. I like
Not
deception.
deception?
Yeah,
Deception would work too. Actually, you're right. You're 100%. Yeah, deception would work
Those
as well.
are very different
Yeah.
roles for me. You should choose.
I would be 100% with either. So if your deception is much better, feel free to use that.
All right.
As I would say in D&D, perception or insight, whichever is better for you.
I went from 2 green to 3 green and a yellow.
Yeah, that's very different. Let's set the difficulty at easy because it was already going after you and you just stood up but upgraded twice. So 1 red, 1 purple.
And they're kind of dumb too.
Oh, and you have both a blue and a black. No, they're not dumb. You have both a blue and a black die. Except this is the one that you crit. So we'll do the inverse of what it would do for the crit, and you can upgrade your check 1 time.
Okay.
And you'll have both a blue and a black die from the weird wizard staff thing, and the giving you the black die, and the tablet giving you guys the blue die.
Dope. Complicated rolls.
Yeah, this is pretty
Make
crazy.
those awesome dice sounds.
1 success, 1 threat.
1 success, 1 threat. Okay, so it will definitely go towards you. I think the threat is probably that it's going to really go towards you. Like it is. I think the threat is that this is going to work too well. As long as this thing is alive, it is laser focused on you. And maybe to the detriment of everything. So that's cool. I dig that. It will go towards you on its turn, which is coming up next PC slot. So just to recap, we have the one that Carl is engaged with, who is pretty badly hurt, has a big melting hole in its stomach, and they are grappling each other, all, arms akimbo, limbs akimbo. Then we have the one that is just laser focused on Goose that took him down, Zed fixed him, and now he's going back for Goose. Who's taking it?
Ajax is going
to
yank the one that's on top of Carl off of him. He's going to hamstring it.
Okay. Is he going more for damage or more for effect?
A little bit of both. I mean, he wants to destroy its Achilles tendon, maybe, or its hamstring.
Basically, I guess the question more aptly would be, do you want successes to be the effect and advantages the damage, or do you want successes to be the damage and advantages to be the effect?
Advantages would be the effect. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, great. So essentially you're attacking it. So yeah, just straight up 2 reds. And Ajax also has a blue and a black from the tablet and the wizard staff thing.
Yeah, but he's also berserking. So 1 free success and 2 advantages.
It's good that they're not going against him. That's very nice. I like that. I like that Ajax is a barbarian. It's
pretty
very
much
fun.
And that cancels out. So we have 7 successes and 8
Holy Jax!
8 successes and 3 advantages. So he'll crit
Please
again.
tell me he rips the leg off this thing.
Yeah. Don't
Is that
hurt
enough to
my
crit?
friend Carl. Yeah, I'm on crit too.
Oh my god. That's
Beautiful.
pretty intense.
Claps for the dog. Claps for the dog.
Oh my goodness.
Little did we know Ajax is a werewolf.
My god, Ajax is so cool.
Yeah,
A dire
he's
wolf,
got
not a werewolf, dire
he's
wolf.
got a 5 stat and then 2 yellow dice on top of that.
That's true. That's true. Part of this is my fault.
Yeah.
So I have to recognize that part of this is my fault.
Yeah.
One of those successes is my fault directly. Okay.
Actually, 2 of them.
2 of them.
It's a double. Yeah, it's a double.
Okay. Okay.
So he just yanks this thing off of Carl. You can't hurt my Carl.
Did you say what the damage was? Total?
14.
Yeah.
Wait.
Should be a lot because of those 8 successes.
Good God.
Yeah.
And then
plus his 5, so 13. Sorry.
13.
Yeah,
Okay. And then does he have any?
damage.
Does he have any pierce?
No,
He's all Pierce.
unfortunately.
Apparently, he's just a giant throwing star.
Okay.
Yeah, no Pierce,
Okay.
unfortunately. I couldn't find a talent that upgraded natural weapons.
Okay, so this thing is not dead, but it is really, really hurting. And then roll that crit
And
for me.
I got a 93 on the crit.
Oh, it's
Holy
dead now.
crap! It might be because
Okay.
it's getting plus 10, so that's 103. That is maimed. One of the target's limbs selected by the GM is permanently lost. What did you just say, Carl? Yes. Okay. So yeah, I think Ajax just clamps down on this thing between the armor on its leg and the carapace, grabs it, rips it off of Carl, and then shakes it, does the dog shake, and the limb that it's right on that he's grasped around just pulls it off. So it is missing a limb, and it will have holy crap. Cannot perform actions that would require the use of this limb. All other actions gain a black die until it's healed. So it now has 2 black die to literally everything.
And we're gonna
about writing all this stuff.
into-
Yeah.
We're going to flash into Ajax's mind as this is happening. And you just see
Uh-huh.
Carl and Ajax in the bar, like Zed's at the actual bar ordering something. And Carl, like, slips part of his burger to Ajax. And that's why Ajax is doing this.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, our pupper. Yeah, so Ajax just totally envisions the delicious burger and knows that if Carl doesn't survive, that might not happen again, and he just rips this horror off of him, pulls the leg off. This horror is not looking particularly good. And then it is another PC slot. Who's going to go up after that? Tough act to follow, I know.
Carl.
Come on,
Alright,
I
Carl.
mean, I'd be happy to go again, but there's other people with rifles behind me that probably shoot this thing in the face.
Yeah, I think it's basically just Zed, because I think this is the last PC slot, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait,
so,
If we're at the top of the order, then it'd be Zed.
Wait,
and then
hold
we
on,
can
wait,
have
wait,
Fitz
wait.
shoot it.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm wrong. That was the second PC slot.
yeah.
Or the third technically, but the second of this. So never mind. It is an NPC slot right now. That's my bad.
Yep.
It's all good.
This horror is going to go for a Goose, obviously, because you succeeded. So Spring Your Trap is going to be the first thing that we're going to do. And this is a what against your survival?
Their vigilance versus my survival.
Their vigilance. Let me check that crit also. Intellect and cunning. Vigilance, I do believe, is cunning, correct?
No, it was our
dang.
willpower.
Okay. Well, that's kind of good, because that means it's not as good against it. What is your survival?
Survival is 3 green and a yellow.
Perfect. This is going to be tough. I will say this is going to be pretty tough for it. Okay, so we have those cancel out. A lot of threats. Okay, so it succeeds, and it got 2. Wait, hold on. Nope, I lied. I misread. It does not succeed, and it got a threat. So it is a wash and 1 threat. So
Yo.
what this disorients it? Is that what does it have a codified thing, or is it like decide when we do it?
It says once per encounter as an action may create a trap. Any other character who moves to engaged range of the trap must make an opposed vigilance versus survival to avoid harm and ill effects.
Okay, so harm and ill effect, I believe, was you sending it down a grate. So I think it is, like we said, it is hard laser focused on you. So it goes forward, and it is going to fall in this grate. And for this particular round, it's going to basically have to use a full maneuver next round to get out of it. So you have totally immobilized it this round, and it's going to have to use a full maneuver next round. So totally avoided the attack by him this time.
A big giant shiny monster in a grate. This is Alien.
Yes,
we have stepped into the movie Aliens.
You know what's funny about this? The full disclosure,
Ridley is a role model for Goose.
The template that I'm using for this is Xenomorph Horror Rival, which is based off of the Predator.
Right.
So we're doing all of it. It's very fun.
Things.
Yeah, stealing all the things. Okay, so
myself Ripley. Rar.
That brings us to Zed. It is your turn, sir.
Yeah. So Zed doesn't have any weapons, so he's gonna pull magic. So one of them looks really, really rough, right?
Yes, the one that was engaged with Carl, but is now engaged with Ajax.
Has a leg in his mouth and is shaking it like a rag doll. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The Fetch. We'll call him Fetch.
I've got a new talent called Flames of Kelos, which lets me cast fire spells without increasing the difficulty. So
that's scary.
Oh, and guess what I already have going right there? Fire. You just have this nice little thing to work with.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, that's a good idea because he's been melted a whole bunch. I'll give you an extra blue die.
An extra blue die
for this.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll have a black die and 2 blue die. Against
so
what is it normally?
This check is normally easy for me.
Okay.
Because it upgrades once for fire, but I don't do that now. So it would just be easy.
Now here's the question: does it? I don't think so, but does it say specifically that it only upgrades it for like spell casting? Because I would also normally upgrade you for it being a horror and it being IS Corp as well.
Yeah, you would upgrade if you have the rival talent on your horrors, which I think you do.
The Nemesis thing. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay, so the casting of the spell, which I actually forgot to do this with Carl, so I'm going to forget to do it for you too, would normally trigger IS Corp Nemesis stuff, and then you're attacking it, so it'll upgrade twice as well.
So 1 purple and 1 red, because it's normally easy.
Yep.
And a black.
This is a slam frickin' dunk for you, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's hope anyway. Yeah, so that's a triumph. That doesn't cancel. That cancels. And
hello, critical.
3 successes, 3 advantage, and then 4 successes if you count the triumph. And 3 advantages. So yeah, I will crit.
Okay, so what is the base damage first?
So base damage for Zed is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total. And because I now have the burn property, I will spend 2 advantages to activate burn. And
is that the thing that does that damage ongoing?
Yeah, so you just continue taking that damage every round until you take an action to put it out.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's it's an average difficulty to turn it off. Or to put it out.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a crit. Ba-doop.
Yes, and the crit. Add 20 to
how
this
much
as well.
I add 20, then it's 90 even.
20. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Compromised. Increased difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. That's what we like to see.
Woohoo!
Okay. All right. This thing is looking real bad. It is it's just in really bad shape. That will bring us to the end of the round, which is where all of the shenanigans go. So this scientist is wielding this weird wizard staff that has all this crazy like red aura stuff on you guys. Everybody who thinks they might be paying attention to this, it can roll me a perception check with let's call it 2 red, 2 purple, unless you are Zed, in which case it is straight up 2 red.
Yeah, definitely not me. I am Greco-Roman wrestling with a giant metal.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty distracted at the moment as well.
Okay, and this is a perception check, you say?
Yes, this will be perception. Yep.
I am not very cunning.
So, in post, do you want me to try to smooth over and erase out all the Momo purrs?
No, Momo purrs are good.
I haven't ever noticed them before, so I don't know. If you notice them and it's really loud, then yes. But if it's just like a subtle, background thing, then 100% keep them. That's fine.
Maybe if you could get the really loud one and loop it and just put it at the end of your audio track.
I've actually cut a bunch of the dog barks and put them in when we're talking about Ajax. Every once in a while. I don't do that very often, but every once in a while I do that. I cut all the dog barks from my mind.
So that's 2 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay, very cool. This thing is whatever he's using it for, however he's using it, is not really how it's supposed to be used, and it is about to explode in a very bad way. He has lost control over it. It is feedbacking, and things are going to go very badly. I will give you a chance to do something to react to this. Depending on what you do, it will provide either a bonus or a detriment to all the bad things that are about to happen.
Be gone! And I want to teleport it into Fitz's office.
What about teleporting? What about teleporting into the room with the other bad things?
Yeah, there are those two other horrors in the containment thing.
Sure.
Okay, do you want to do it? Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Roll. It'll be. I'm gonna call it, I believe, just two red straight up with your continual 2 black and 1 blue.
1 success and 2 advantage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, poof. It goes away. I don't remember what this looked like last time when you brought the dude and the horrors out into the open, but
they go through. If we were to slow down time, they would end up inside Barazel's home, and then move through it really fast, and then reappear somewhere else, kind of like Nightcrawler.
Just some nice
that's cool.
Middle Eastern carpets, tea,
Barazel's
crumpets.
Barazel's in like a bubbly bath with a duck.
Yeah.
But it's a red duck with big iron claws and horns.
Yeah.
It's still adorable.
Yeah,
and it's like
a brimstone.
That's funny. Okay, so we sort of like, I guess time does slow down a little bit. We see that the cool little Bamf moment, and appears in this containment pod, and then violently explodes with this red, like angry light, and energy, and you can see cracks starting to form in the containment pod. And after it sort of like the explosion itself stops, you can see this weird nebula sort of appearing inside, where it's like spacious, and it's this like red nebula thing, and you can see it is creating this like pressure on the containment pod still, and cracks are forming across the entire thing. It's not going to be contained forever, but it is much better than that exploding on top of you guys. And the crashing, the horror sound from the other rooms begins to get louder and louder and louder, and you hear the wrenching of metal and the tearing of metal on metal as this thing claws its way towards you. You think it is about a room away from you now. Tyke is still seized up like this, and he begins to float a little bit into the air. You can see his muscles are contracting, and he's like kind of half spasming a little bit, and he's glowing with the slightly Tyke colored energy around him, and now he's like floating like 1.5 feet off the air. And Fitz is I think Fitz actually is going to go over to him and is going to like try and help him instead of shooting this round. So he's like going over it, and he's like trying to like pull him down and like trying to do something, but not having much of an effect. And we are back to the top of the order with a PC spot.
I hate this thing.
You're supposed to.
Finish him.
It's the whole, yeah, exactly.
No,
Finish him.
I definitely want to cut this thing in half with a plasma torch.
Yes, if you hate it, then do something about it.
Use that crook and flail.
Dice sounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got the crook wrapped around its neck, and I'm using the flail like a plasma torch. All right, take these off for effect. That's not as exciting as I wanted. 2 successes, 3 advantages.
That's all I can do without 2 successes, 3 advantages.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Then that would be, if I remember correctly, that would be 5 damage.
6.
6 damage. Okay.
Yeah,
and would you
primal's 4?
And what would you like to do with your advantages?
I would like to pull the crook away from this thing and give it a good kick away from me so I can actually do something else instead of stab this thing with this torch.
Okay.
I was hoping it would die.
It is not quite dead, but you can with it being on fire from a number of different sources. You can see that at the edges of it are melting, like the chrome metalline bits of it are melting away, and you can see the black carapace that, like the actual exoskeleton of it, is also seems to be melting. It seems to be also some sort of weird, like half metal, half bio material, and so it is like on fire. It is like got this big hole in the center of its mass that is also on, like it's got this like red normal angry orange fire around most of it, and then in the center of it has this like blue fire from your stuff that is burning away at it as well. And it actually and then you use those advantages to like get away from it as well, so that you're no longer engaged.
Yeah, just give it a push.
Step back.
I mean, I know I'm going to be next to it, and I know I'm going to be viable, but still, I just don't want to be giving this thing a close bear hug when it explodes into a big giant wet ball of fire.
And it then is going to lunge at you as these flames lick at it and melt it away. Zed, do you have the burn property in front of you? Could you read it to me real quick?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Weapons with burn inflict damage over time. When burn is triggered, one target hit by the attack continues to suffer the weapon's base damage each round for a number of rounds equal to the weapon's burn rating. So my burn rating is only 1 right now. So it would just take 4 damage this turn. Apply damage at the start of each of the target's turns. If multiple targets... Go ahead. I guess you're good.
So it'll take 4 damage then?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that makes it moot. Cool. Okay, so yes, it is the flames lick at it, and it is going to lunge back towards you, Carl. You can tell it is much slower and less capable than it has been. And again, like I said, it is melting.
Must have had
at the
amazing
edges.
soak, because if it's taken half soak and still taking all this damage.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It's yes, it did.
Monster.
It did have quite good soak.
It's a beefy boy.
Yeah, they're beefy boys. 1 success and 1 threat. Okay. So it is not. It is not. It's attacking you with its like scythes. Not with its maw, because it cannot do so. So you will take 9 points of damage pre-soak.
Whew. That's terrifying.
It is really terrifying. And I think it sort of like slumps to the ground next to you once it does so. Because it is effectively not going to be able to do anything. I mean, it's going to die next round. I think this threat means that after that attack, it's essentially out of the fight. Obviously not a threat anymore to you guys, so you don't need to worry about it. Which will then bring us to the second PC slot.
Shoot.
Okay, do the thing. Oh, and the black die, I forgot to mention this. The black die for the wizard staff is obviously no longer there for anybody. So
dope. 1 success and 4 advantage.
Ooh, nummy. Okay, so what is that damage? And would you like to crit?
I would like to crit.
You will be
We've
adding
done
10
so
to
many
the crit.
crits this time.
Yep. Right
Let's see.
now,
It is 9 damage with 2 pierce.
ooh, 2 pierce. Very nice. Okay. Gotta think. Okay, very good. Palpable hits, and you will add 10 to this crit.
Add 10 to it. Oh, well, that's really good. Because I rolled a 1, so 11.
Okay. 11
Wow.
is...
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
What's funny
That's,
about that is
That's a big nat 1.
the 1 would have actually been better, because an 11 is the target drops whatever is in its hand, which is nothing. So it really doesn't do much, but it has been crit a second time now.
In its hand, it holds all of its hatred for mankind. It just lets it go. It just thinks it needs to take a break.
No, I would agree with you, except it holds that in its heart very deeply. Yeah, it's like
saw
a
its hand and his heart is the same thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Hands are for killing. Heart is for letting you kill things.
Hatred.
Yes, apparently.
I'm also going to use my movement to run as far away from it as I can.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, you can get right on the edge, on the inner edge of medium, so you're now medium away from it at this point. And that brings us to the third PC slot of the night.
Another memory appears in Ajax's head, and this time it's of when Goose gave him belly rubs and like really scratched good. So he's gonna go save Goose, and attack this creature that's chasing him.
Aw.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have it set up good. Sorry.
Oh, and I'm attacking a single target with no others engaged, so I get an extra blue die.
Ooh.
Duelist. So is it just 1 black die right now?
It is, I believe, no black die right now, actually, because the wizard staff is no longer affecting anything, and I think everything else is good, so it's just the blue die from the tablet. Your guys' accursed luck is running out. Back into the normal stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's good, right? It's going away. Not as impressive this time. I mean, he's going to crit, but it's, let's see, 2 successes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 advantages. Can I crit twice?
I wish. I think we established like 3 episodes you can't.
Yeah, I would like to crit and like maybe shove it farther into the hole, like Ajax jumped on top of it.
Okay.
Mauling it.
Yeah, cool. So you will keep it in the hole for another round. Basically, it'll have to use 3 full maneuvers to get out, essentially. Okay, so and then you'll add 20 to that crit. You said how many successes, and what's the full damage?
It's only 2 successes after things canceled out. But
okay.
That would be 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. He's got 2 more advantages and another success, so it's actually 3 successes. So 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Very cool.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Good dog. And I add how much to this? It's 109.
Holy crap. Okay, I believe that is the maimed, if I remember correctly, but I'll check in just a second because Adobe decided to do an update right now. So all my PDFs
injury.
just got closed.
I have the cheat sheet
Love
open
it.
Here. Horrific injury. Roll a d10 to determine which of the target's characteristics is affected. All right.
Yes, I remember this.
I got a 1
Brawn.
and a 1 to 3 for
I believe
brawn,
that's
4
brawn.
to 6 for agility. So
Yeah.
Okay, its brawn is treated as 1 lower, I believe.
Yep, 1 point lower.
Very good.
What
That
happened
is
to
good
Zed
stuff.
episode.
It is. It is going to use a maneuver and take a strain to use a second maneuver to start wiggling out. So it is now one maneuver from getting out, and it's going to attack the only thing it can, which is our lovely pupper.
All right, you get one free success.
One free success. Remind me, does he have any melee range defense?
I don't think so, unless we put a code on him. No.
Okay, I did not think so either. Here we go. Oh god. One free. What are the adds? A free advantage and free success.
No, you get one free success.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that is a total of 4. Okay, so I have one success. Let me make sure that's right. Yep. Okay, that's the one free success. Yes. So one free success, 3 advantages and a triumph. 2 advantages and a triumph. So I will be critting our lovely pupper again.
Oh no.
He has plot armor, right?
I will say unequivocally he has plot armor. But if I remember correctly, he has been crit 3 times today, and none of those twice. Okay, and none of those have been removed. So I'll be adding 20 to this.
So yeah.
No, that's right. I do remember that. Yeah. I remember that now. Okay. So I'm critting him. I'm dealing 9 points of damage, no pierce. And
before soak. Okay. So he took 4.
And I got a 60 even.
Okay. And that's after you added or before?
Yes, that's after I added the 20s. I rolled a 40.
Okay. So that is an agonizing wound. The target increases the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. And it's an average.
Yes. Good. Well, good from my perspective, not, the overall perspective.
Yeah.
My PDF is up again. Okay, cool.
Pretty bad from ours.
Pretty bad from yours, yeah. Okay, that is its turn. Now is a PC slot. 2 PC slots in a row, actually. So should be Goose and Zed now. Or no, Goose just attacked. So Zed and
Tyke.
Zed and no, I got rid of this. That's right. Wait, no, we had why do I have an extra
Tyke
PC slot in here?
Fitz.
I do.
Fitz.
Yeah, no, Tyke and Fitz are at the very end. I have So this is Zed right now, and then all of the not currently being played shenanigans happen basically all at once. So
what's the deal with the staff? Is it still trying to break out of the room?
Yes, it exploded in that containment zone, and now there's this weird red nebulous cloud of something. It basically just looks like a nebula that is red and angry. It is licking at the edges of the containment room, creating all these cracks. It is pressurizing, and you can see the containment room is it's a couple rounds from exploding out or breaking and stopping the containment. And then there is this crashing horror sound coming from off in the distance that seems to also be about a round away.
So there's one coming, and this thing's about to explode. Contain! And I'm going to put a barrier around the containment, and I'm going to gravity crush everything together so it can't
Nice.
get out.
Okay. Yeah, 4 reds.
I figured that was going to be really hard.
Yeah, it's a hard base upgraded 4 times for shenanigans. And you have the blue dice from the tablet still.
Yep. That's good. That'll help. Okie dokie. All right. Well, yippers. That's not good. Okay, so we got a triumph and a despair right off the top.
Cool.
Those cancel out. All right, cool. I succeeded by 1 with 1 advantage and 1 triumph and 1 despair.
Okay, 1 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph, 1 despair.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you definitely succeed in casting this thing. I think as soon as you drop this bubble, the containment completely fails and it explodes inside. So the despair is that you are the only thing containing this now. So you have to maintain this actively. That is the despair. What about the triumph? What do you think? For triumphy stuff.
I don't know for this.
Yeah, it's tough.
It
can be partially unrelated if you want as well.
Yeah, I think unrelated. Like Zed is going to be emitting his golden aura, like just filling this hallway that we're standing in, and I think everybody is gonna get a blue die for the rest of the encounter.
I love that. So yeah, this is really good. So you have to maintain this concentration, but Zed only has partial control over their like magic still at this point. So you are just thrumming with energy. So you are blood as long as you are maintaining,
streaming down his face.
Yeah. That's really good. So you have to maintain this yourself, but as long as you are just shining with this golden magical aura that is giving all the allies in the area a blue die on everything. That is pretty freaking cool. I love that. So yeah, that is currently at the present moment contained, and then it is all of the shenanigan-y stuff. You are containing this spell. You've got this magical aura, and Tyke floats up into the air further. You see like Fitz is like trying to grab him down and pull him down, but he's just not succeeding. Tyke is just shining with this bluish greenish aura, the same color as his eyes. I don't actually remember which one he wanted it to be, so I'm just gonna leave it vague. And then he starts floating, and he actually moves to a different part of the room away from the rest of you toward this crashing sound. And then the doorway into the west completely and totally collapses. You see these 2 large metal objects reach out and just rip away. And at first you think it is a horror. It sounded like a horror. It looked like a horror. And then you see an 8-foot tall metal suit of armor rip away the entrance, and Tyke floats in front of it, lands in the pilot seat. It closes, and the whole thing begins shining with a blue aura. And then it begins crashing towards the rest of you. It smashes a bunch of these magical implements. You see these other colored auras of like sort of this like rainbow hue explosions of this magical energy all throughout as this thing crashes towards you.
So Tyke is running towards us in a giant mechanical suit, and fireworks are going off around him.
Yes, exactly.
Huh. Okay, that's great.
He crashes down in front of where Ajax and this horror are. He reaches down and just grabs the horror and smashes it to pieces with one hand, and then steps towards the rest of you, leans down, and you see Tyke in the cockpit, surrounded by this colored aura of energy, and his eyes just rolled back in his head, complete white, and then he lunges at the rest of you. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I want him to be eyes rolled back and like drooling, but in his head, he's like operating like a G-suit Gundam.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. Yes. Yeah. He's like, but in his head, it's like action, and he's like doing all this stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, that's where we're going to end for tonight. Thanks everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. Real quick before we get to the rest of the plugs, we're going to play here a promo for Snyder's Return, a cool podcast from across the pond. Here's that.
Snyder's Return is a tabletop role-playing podcast featuring interviews and a D&D 5e actual play adventure. So you can learn about different game systems and content creation while also listening to us disrupt everyday life on the Sword Coast. We release episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on your podcasting platform, so come join us as we improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Welcome back. Does anybody have any plugs or anything they'd like to do right now?
We do have our Twitter that you can hit us up at, RPGA or RPGsAnonymous 1 at us.
Yeah.
And I think you can find most of us with a Twitter account somewhere along there as well.
Yep.
If you're interested in that.
We do that.
You can also join our Discord. That's going to be linked down below, I assume. What else? Jacob and I have a separate project, the Ace of Clubs. Episode 2 dropped by the time you're hearing this, so hit that up. You can find it on Twitter and everywhere else as the Ace of Clubs P1.
What is that episode reading, Sir Colby?
We pulled a juke and uploaded the one on Animal Farm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Twist. Turn.
Yep.
Parry. Twang.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is a good time to explore what was everybody's favorite scene this episode. You can't
The mech.
Yeah, you can't pick
Calling
yourself.
Can't pick yourself and can't pick one someone's already picked.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, Goose lightning in the mech. I have to
Ajax
say,
ripping the leg off the back of the thing.
gosh,
I'm
dang
fighting.
it, Carl! Oh, I'm so mad, Aaron.
I was as close as you can get to that action.
Oh, I can't believe it. Okay, so mine has to be the Carl horror grapple. Just seeing Carl in full action, embracing his magic and just destroying this thing almost single-handedly. Just really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was a blast.
Yeah, I really liked that Goose could lay this really intricate trap really fast and cause a horror to fall into it and become useless for basically 3 rounds.
Yep, that was cool. I really like that talent. It's really good. It's a really enjoyable
It's
one.
fun. I didn't realize last time that I've used the shoot the fire extinguisher trick 3 times.
3 times. That's why I thought you chose that,
Yeah.
because you had done it 3 other times. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's apropos of everything else you've done. Yeah.
No, but I mean, at this point, as long as you keep letting it work, I'm gonna keep doing it.
If you keep rolling well enough, it's gonna work. I mean, why not? It's just canon now that there's always a fire extinguisher nearby.
After listening to or watching the videos and training new IS Corp soldiers, part of their revamp was to buy bulletproof fire extinguishers.
Yeah, Kevlar fire extinguishers. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
That's so good.
That's funny. So you can obviously you can find us at Twitter at RPGsAnonymous1. We've also got the Twitch channel. We've 2 weeks of stuff there. You can get the RSS at rpgsanonymous.podiant.co. We'll have a shorter URL soon, I think. Don't know what that's going to be. Also links to all of that stuff below and in the Discord. And you can catch up on the YouTube channel as well. We've got some other stuff going out there.
And if you want to take the time and give some shout outs on Twitter, maybe we'll just take the time and read those at the end of every project.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
if you request a specific character, maybe they'll be the one that says it to you.
Carl's my voice. What do I do?
You just talk, Aaron. It's fine.
Yeah, you
Start
do. Yeah, exactly.
using a different voice for Carl.
Oh,
Yep.
No. It's too late for that.
You have to make sure you really get the
it's not.
slurping coffee noise as you begin the sentence.
Yeah. We are also we're running a thing right now. We are currently trying to get above. We're trying to get to affiliate on Twitch. So we've got a few bonus. We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we got a few bonus episodes talking about some side characters. That was really fun. Some of the most fun we've had playing this. Those will be released once we hit 75 followers on Twitch. We'll probably release them on the YouTube channel and hopefully also on the RSS if I can figure out a good way to do that. We might just have to make a new RSS. I don't know. We'll find it, but those will be released and public once we hit 75 followers on Twitch. So tell your friends. We also are, now that everything, hopefully until the wildfires hit, is kind of, the craziness is kind of over. So until summer, at least, we should be pretty much getting back on things. So schedule is going to get more regular again, and we should have videos coming out pretty soon. I hesitate to say all that because last week when I thought that was going to be the case, everything went to hell, but we should be getting back on top of it. Yeah. So we should be getting regular pretty soon.
Specifically, Cania, other than that, the layer of hell that's totally frozen over.
Yes.
You mean Texas, right?
Yes, we need Texas. Or what is that? Hell, Michigan, which I think is one of the only places that didn't freeze over, if we're being honest, but it is normally frozen. Who knows? I'm just saying a bunch of bullshit. Thanks for coming by, everybody. We really appreciate it. We should have some more videos coming out as well soonish. So we look out for those. And yeah, we enjoy having you all here. Thanks for listening, and we will see you in the multiverse.
Deuces.